Palace 0, Chelsea 1. My reaction to the game. But before we actually start, based on the reactions that I've seen on social media, let's take a minute to calm down. Deep breaths in and out before we start this video. Look, we lost, and I understand the frustrations. But at the end of the day, there were many positives out of the game and also some negatives. So let's talk about it. So first of all, looking at the result, not good. Of course, losing at home is never good. But we faced one of the better sides in Europe. A side that is the champions of the world. Me personally, I don't like that term because I feel like that's the most pointless trophy out there. But look, they are a very solid side. And for the 90 minutes of the game, Chelsea didn't create anything significant, especially in the first half. If we talk about the first half, I thought we were very solid defensively. They had that one or two moments, but we had our moments. I thought Elise, he had that chance in the first half, which went out wide. Wilf, maybe the angle was a bit too tight for him and he didn't go on target. But Palace had their chances and, Chelsea had their chances as well in the first half. So I thought we had a pretty solid first half. And in the second half, started off very well, very well. It seemed like we were up for it. We made the pressure off the ball was very good in the second half. And then you had Elise running forward. You had Will. You had all of us until the 60th minute, which is when it got a bit stale. But for me, in this game, there were many positives. If we start with the defense, I thought Joachim Andersen, this was a big test for him because I've said it myself that I've seen improvements in his defensive game so far. And facing Lukaku ain't an easy task, but I thought we've done very good today. I thought Anderson was solid in defense. And Kleiny, finally, he's here. He's starting ahead of Wardy, which I think might have an injury because he was not involved in a matchday squad at all. But it was actually kind of crazy seeing Klein play solid. I thought he had a very solid game, considering that he's barely had any game time. So, defensively, them two, they stood out for me. And then, of course, you have Mark Gahey and Tyrick Mitchell, who do what they do normally every week out. But in midfield, we had changes as well. I thought Kouyaté and Maka going back in the starting lineup made a significant change. We've seen how important Conor Gallagher is to the side, but when you look at the 90 minutes of the game, I thought we held it down pretty well. I liked Maka playing alongside Kouyaté, and then you have the one star boy, that is Elise. Elise is just technically, we already know, like he's technically on a different level. He's different gravy. But playing through the middle, that is something that I wasn't too sure about. Not that he can't do it, but I've never really thought about it. But today, playing him behind the striker, going into the channels, finding the space, excellent. Absolutely brilliant performance from him. And, when we were going forward, he was pretty much involved throughout the game. And then you had Jeffrey Schlupp start out wide, which was a positive because I never thought he played through the middle. But overall, there were some solid performances. Wilf up there, as I said, he missed a chance. And Jordan Ayew down the right-hand side. But for me, what it goes down to the most, we can sit here and say that we were unlucky. And look, I'm talking about good performance. As I said, Chelsea struggled in the second half. After the 60 minute, they got into a bit more. But overall, considering everything put together, we had a solid performance. But I've seen people say that we're unlucky. And I understand it to a certain extent. But, were we that unlucky not to get a point? Because when you look at the stats, and as I said it, when Elise had the ball, we were very good going forward. I thought, attacking line was solid today. But how many shots on target did we have? None. So when we talk about unluckiness, you have to sometimes create your own luck as well. We had 0 shots on target. And this is where the negatives come in for me in this game, personally. I don't know what you guys felt. But bringing on Mateta in the 90th minute was more annoying for me than actually losing that game. And you might say, why? Because throughout the game, I thought, look, I mentioned Mitchell defensively, but I thought he was very good going forward as well. Of course, with the goal, we can talk about it and, maybe we should have done better as a team defending it and it was a poor goal to concede. But I thought he was very solid going forward. And he was putting crosses into the box. I thought Kleiny was very good going forward. He put some sort of crosses into the box. The only problem is no one is there. No one is there. And then when you bring on Mateta in the 91st minute, when you're 1-0 down, you're thinking, why? Why that late? And I think it goes down to that. Look, I've said it. Vieira, I'm happy with him so far. People are talking about relegation. I'll just say, take a deep breath. As I said in the start of the video, I personally don't think we're in a relegation battle. It was a solid performance, and I think we'll get wins and points as we go along. But one area that you could potentially improve on is just the subs. I mean, Eze coming on would have been great for me personally, for maybe Jeffrey Schlupp. But Eze did come on, but we needed a striker more than anything. More than anything, at times, you know, Wilf, when he did get him behind in the first half, his balls over the top. But at times, there was no one there. There was no one there to go into the crosses. And that was the most jarring thing out of this game. And bringing on Benteke, which I don't know what's happened to him personally, because he was scoring goals this season, and then all of a sudden he's not in the starting lineup or even coming off the bench. And then you have JP, who's been on form, and people are loving his play recently. Why don't you bring them on? It just offers something different. It just, forget about the crosses in the box. Just having someone up there for Rudiger and Thiago Silva and, you know, the Sarr to think about would have been great. And we just didn't do it. And then when you bring them on in the 90th minute, it's like, why? Why that late? And it goes down to that. Fine margins is what's costing us. And that's why personally, I feel like we will be okay in terms of staying up. I know recently, over the last couple of weeks, not getting wins, I understand the frustrations, and I know people talk about relegation, but deep down, I think from what we even saw today, it wasn't bad until you got in front of the goal, which you didn't have any shots on target. And maybe we should have done a bit better with the Elise chance. Maybe he should have hit on target. Oh, Wilf. But at the end of the day, if you're that dangerous going forward until you reach the final third, then there's something wrong there. And for me personally, it's the striker. It's not having anyone up there for you to actually go target. And it dragged on. And before that goal went in, of course, I haven't had the chance to go watch it back because I'm just coming back from the game. But before that cross went in, I just had that feeling they are going to score. And, you know, I talked about Mitchell having a solid performance. It was down his post. He should have been there to stop it. Of course, he made that mistake. But as I said, fine margins is costing us. But trust the process. I still firmly believe in Vieira. I want him to grow as a manager under us. But it is going to take time. We are going to improve the squad over the summer. We are going to improve in general. Today, one positive was Conor Gallagher. He's been a talking point. How are we going to replace him? But without Gallagher in midfield today, I don't think we struggled. I think Elise slotted in very well. And, you know, Elise done a good job defensively as well, especially in the first half. He was on Jorginho. He limited his touches. You know, that is one of the better players in the world. Chelsea Jorginho, you know, he's been nominated for Ballon d'Or. And I thought, tactically, it was all right until the strike. It was just that player rather than tactics. But as a football club, we need to improve on not conceding in the last minute because it's happened many times this season. But it goes down to small things that we will improve on. Just like the set pieces. We talked about set pieces, but we've improved on them as well. It takes a bit of time, but let me know what you guys think. I've rambled on a bit about the game. My thoughts is solid performance, subs too late. It was a mistake from Vieira, personally for me. Tactic-wise, I don't think there was anything wrong, but we could have done a bit better in terms of bringing on the striker up there, which we needed throughout the game. But let me know what you guys thought about Elise's performance, about the game in general. Let us know. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to not miss out on future palace content. If you've enjoyed this reaction, hit the like button. Helps us out massively. And yeah, let us know what you guys think. But looking into the Watford game, that's a massive game. That's a massive game. Not a massive game in terms of we have to. If we don't win, we're going down. But you know, we had a solid performance against one of the better sides. Let's see how well we do against them. They got a cheeky result against Villa. Villa's been on form, so Watford are going to be up for it. And we all know how Roybal is. So hopefully we go and get the 3 points against Watford. That's it. Of course, check out Manscaped, our sponsors as well, to get 20% off plus free shipping. So don't miss that out. That's my reaction. Let me know what you guys thought. And until next time, up the Palace.